Day 1 Kathmandu. So we're here, right in the city center of Tamil, and we are here for 6 days doing music therapy and art therapy with an organization called Blessvision. We're going to be visiting some shelters who are serving some girls who've been rescued from human trafficking, and so we'll be working with them every day with a whole lot of music making, a whole lot of creating art piece and artistic stuff. But we also have free time just to explore the city today. So it's quite a pleasant weather. It's now January, late January, and we are having around about 10 degrees, but it's not as cold as I expected. So let's see what we are going to be seeing today.
For this trip, we brought a lot of gears to work with the kids. We have a whole bag full of clay, many different colors, drawing materials, art materials, and we even have an individual package of canvases to work with the girls. And then we have a whole suitcase full of the most portable instrument that I can ever bring out, with all the frame drums, some melodic type of instruments. You got the chime bars, you have some tiny mini xylophones, shaker eggs, many different types of unique percussion instruments. The key here is to have a whole variety of materials to choose from when you're doing therapy, because it's a different type of sensory stimulation, different type of stimulation actually leads to you have many different topics that you can open up. Thanks to the organization, we managed to stay in a hotel called Nepal-Kathmandu. This is a relatively new hotel that only has been here for around 2 years, so everything is relatively new inside. The buildings, everything, the furnitures, they are all wood. So it's a very nice natural feel to it. This place is actually right in the middle of Tamil, so it's very easy to just kind of go out and go and shop and explore the city center. Highly recommend this place if you're here in Tamil for a short while. Fancy hotel, just handcraft hotel. That's what they say. Because everything is wood. We're here in Tamil, the city center of Kathmandu, and this place is actually very exciting to walk around. You have many different kinds of shops, a lot of hiking shops, but you need to make sure that you actually, if you're a serious hiker going to the Himalayas, you don't want to be buying any of those stuff from here. They do have like proper hiking shops like North Face and all that things. You just need to make sure that you buy gears from those places. Apart from it's gonna take you at least 1 to 2 days to finish exploring all the side streets and all the alleys here in Tamil. You actually do want to get into all the shops here because they are pretty exciting to see. Like if you're a serious shopper looking for cheap clothes, souvenirs, something that made out of felt, or even musical instruments, you are in a paradise here. This is quite an exciting street to the shop. We have everything, basically everything, and every shop is pretty different actually. And you have a lot of handcraft, handmade sort of these kinds of toys, which is so cute, super cute stuff. You can get any kind of animals in here. It's just humid. 100% cashmere. introducing the local Nepalese food. They're very similar to the Indian cuisine in terms of the spices that they use, full of spices, and it's actually not too spicy though. This is one of the many instrument shops in Taimel, and they have a very nice selection here. Strings, mostly strings and percussions. You have some of the woodwind as well, but it's not very common. And of course you have the singing bowl, but percussions are very common here in Nepal because they use it for a lot of dancing. Shop that has everything. It's all the Nepalese instruments. It's like an ocean drum.
Secure or safe and clean high. That is true.
We're on the way to Bhaktapur. This is the street scene of Kathmandu. It's very, very busy. You need to be a very experienced driver to be driving here in this place, as the traffic is quite a nightmare here. We're here in Bhaktapur. It's another UNESCO town here in Kathmandu. It has actually been affected by earthquake. And you can see a lot of building has been under reconstructions, and you see all the different kind of planks that's actually trying to support the buildings. This place has a very ancient feel to it. It's almost as if you step back in time. And it's a very nice walk around this entire square and outside of the square as well. In fact, you need to pay to get into this main Dubai square. Pretty much like when you're outside of the square, it's back to the residential areas, back to the local area. This is the most exciting part of Bhaktapur, with a whole lot of things going on, markets and everything. Apparently the Princess of Belgium is here. There's a lot of things going on today. Here you can still see the aftermath of the earthquake. Even right now here in 2020, a lot of buildings are still in constructions and reconstructions anywhere in Kathmandu, or actually anywhere in Nepal. Being in Nepal, that's quite different from other backpacking countries. You actually get to meet a lot of other people who's actually doing voluntary work. So we just met an Australian team who's been with one of the organizations working to reconstruct buildings up in the Himalayas area, and it's quite exciting to just see everybody's here with a mission, with a heart to serve the community, and it's very rare compared to any other places that you go to, that you would just meet backpackers who would talk about, oh, where have you been? We just went to this place, and that place for sightseeing. And here you get to actually talk about, you see people get to talk about people working with different sort of projects.
out of all the old towns that I've been around the world, Bhaktapur is one of the most exciting ones. One of the most, yeah. Apart from the one in Jerusalem is also pretty exciting, but this is also quite very unique. And everything is quite raw, but you are expecting a lot of souvenir shops and a lot of souvenir shops. Actually, the whole town is souvenir shops, so that's the downside of this place. You don't see a lot of, well, you can still see a lot of locals living around here. You have the schools and you have the whole community living here. But around the central square, it's mostly souvenir shops. No idea where I am, but we're outside of Kathmandu, and it's definitely like very, very localized without any tourists. We haven't seen any tourists at all. What does it look like?
Something I really love about Kathmandu, or actually Nepal in general, is this place is very, very down to earth. It has no fancy building, nothing fancy actually, but everything is very authentic. Like people treat you like the way people talk to you, like all the shopkeeper and how they interact with you. Even people on the streets, they don't really kind of see you as a foreigner. They don't really kind of stare at you or anything. They just kind of get used to it. It's a very kind of comfortable place to walk around with the vibe here, and I really, really like it. Food and water here in Nepal, you just need to be quite careful where you eat and always drink bottled water. It's not recommended to eat at any random restaurants or street food, as there are a lot of cases where people get food poisoning here in Nepal. So you just need to be extra careful. So here in Kathmandu, there are actually a lot of things to do and a lot of places to visit, and you can actually get overstimulated with all the sight and all the sounds and all the taste, because everything is very rich here, especially the food culture. It's full of spices. In terms of the music and dance, it's very rich as well, the local music. And in terms of the sight, you have many, many different old towns around, even just Kathmandu that you can see. Because you have the Kathmandu Dubai Square, you have the Patan Dubai Square, and if you just go a little bit further to Bhaktapur, and it's definitely well worth going there for a visit. It's going to take you at least a few days to see everything.